And welcome back to round one of the playoffs. We got Orbit versus Hellcats in the Challenger League. How you feeling, Mallow?
Oh, I'm doing great, Breaking Coin. We've already had two fantastic matches tonight, man. That the Fusion Frost match was an absolute banger, but I tell you what, this one we're about to go into, Orbit Hellcats, it's going to be even better.
Yeah, absolutely. As we have the powerhouse in Orbits going for the two-time champs here. And then we got Hellcats who maybe been slept on a little bit of the season, but we have a top player in Jilly who could take it home for the Hellcats, Mallow. What do you think?
You know what? You can't count the Hellcats out. They scratched and clawed their way into these playoffs. I don't see that they're going to take it lightly and just lay down and let it happen. I think they're gonna put up a fight, and Orbit, they're gonna have their hands full. And I know Cozy Boy, after his performance earlier in the night, game one, he's definitely gonna make sure that they try and continue on in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. But both teams going to have to be playing their best Rocket League. They're going to be able to get through round one. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, you have the number 2 team going up against the number 7 seed, and you think that, it's going to be easy, right? You're playing a lower seed, but just like that, we're going to be getting right into it, Mal, as both teams have joined. And we're off to the kickoff. Blazing gets a little bit of a whiff there. Marco could try to get past one. Goes to the fake. Rear gets it past one as well, but Aeon take it downfield, does not get it on target. Greer is going to take it off his own corner. He's going to wait, play it patiently. Hard point. Just going to dish it out to the midfield. Jilly, see if he could try to get it past it. Blazing, not going to result in much. His second man just a little bit close, but he gets a 50. Marco with a nice clear early on in the game. Both teams feeling each other out, trying to figure out plan of action, as Marco is going to have to fall back. Career, last one back. That net, ooh, it's almost a shot on net, with good save by Career. Is Blazing. He's going to try to go for a double here. Weird angle. Can't get it as hard point. Going to follow this one up. Jilly gets it past one, gets it past two. Marco clearing it. Oh no! An own goal from Marco.
Oh man, I turned my eyes away from the goal, or from the game for a second, and here we are, Gilly just shooting it towards the corner, and one of the Orbit team members just accidentally redirects it, which by the way was a sick redirect, but just unable to hit that ball correctly, and now they're seeing themselves down one on these Hellcats.
Yeah, down early when every goal is going to count. But can they crawl back early on? I mean, that is the question. You don't want to have that get in your head. Mental is a big part of Rocket League, and beating yourself this early on would not be good for the Orbit, as they're just once again on defense. But yeah, I mean, trying to clear the ball to your own corner and then unfortunately just getting an awkward touch towards your own net. I mean, it's rough, but you gotta get in the right headspace. Come back as Orbit. You got plenty of time to do it, and Orbit definitely can do it, as they've not lost to the Hellcats this whole season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and we're seeing the Hellcats put on the pressure on offense, but now we need to watch and see Orbit do the same thing. Orbit need to get those demos and passes in, as we see right there. With no boost, Hardpoint gets it over to Career. Career able to knock it in, tie this game up. 2-minute 49 left.
What a pass by Hardpoint. Just right out to the midfield, past the defender, put him in an awkward spot, and a quick goal in the halfway point. But what team is going to push through to get the lead? Blazing out to the midfield, gets another touch. Hardpoint bumped as two defenders for the Hellcats are there. Good 50 by Jilly. Aeon's going to follow this one up, gets a 50 out to the midfield, bounce down. Blazing. He's going to follow this one up. He's going to go early. Going to see if he can get another touch on it, but he's cut off by Marco. Jilly once again to the corner, gets a second touch. That could be a shot, and it is Aeon to take the lead.
Oh man, what a pass there by Gilly. Got 2 touches on there off the wall, and Aeon just able to score it in there. Career just caught with his pants down in the goal. No boost, nothing, and it was just zoomed in there.
Yeah, I mean, great pass. I believe that was Aeon. Or no, it was Jilly to Aeon. He's able to get that second touch, and then that great shot placement by Aeon in the bottom right corner. I mean, this Hellcats team could pull off the upset. I mean, I know it's early, but if they keep playing like this, it could very well happen. As Jilly, he's got all the time in the world to get a pass. It's going to go out to the midfield. 50, that's in a dangerous spot. Can Jilly score? He does! Jilly taking it up 3-1.
Oh man, this offense by the Hellcats, it is brutal right now. They are all over Orbit. Orbit is not able to answer with anything right now. They need to pick up the offense. 3-1, 147 left. Hellcats.
Absolutely, as Hellcats taking it to him early. I mean, they are relentless with this offense so far. 6 shots on net. We still have 2 minutes left. Jilly cannot get the second touch. He goes for the bump, though. Smart play by Jilly. Another bump from Blazing. Aeon cannot connect. As Hellcats are all over this ball, making things happen. And Orbiter is struggling to get it out of their half. That's a good pass to Career, but he can't get the touch he's looking for. That's another awkward touch. Good save by Blazing, as Aeon is going to try to get a clear here. Off his own back wall. Good clear. Limited boost for Hellcats right now as they're trying to get, but no contention there, as Aeon has no boost and is able to get a clear. Jilly, once again, no boost, but ends up getting it downfield. And plenty of time with the ball to pass one. Let's see if he baits in one. He goes to the 50. It's a good little 50. Jilly is there. Up early. Smart play by the Hellcats. Blazing just dishes it out. That's an awkward clear, but multiple defenders back for the Hellcats and not a ton of danger. Jilly off the back wall. And once again, Orbit is on defense. Can they get a play to happen here? Can they get a formulated play? It's what they need. They need to be able to slow down the game, get it to each other, create some passing plays rather than just trying to push the ball downfield, because that's what it seems like they're doing right now. And conserve that boost. I mean, you have to strike when the moment's right, and right now, Hellcats are just able to sink. Way better! Right as I said, way better than Hellcats, way better than the Hellcats, and Orbit scores.
Yeah, Hellcats looked a little lost there. They were all in the corner. I think they were trying to find some boost and just waiting for that ball to come in, and the placement was just perfect there by Orbit, and now they're only down by 1 with about 8 seconds left.
Yeah, they're gonna have to make something happen here. That could have been the dagger. As we're at 0-0, Blazing's gonna probably try to ground this. He can't. Will this go OT? And it doesn't. Hellcats, game 1.
What a great job there by Gilly and the Hellcats. They were all over the place there. They were able to keep up that pressure, that offense, and with what is that, at least 7 shots to I can't see what the Orbit had because they left early here, but they had 9 shots. Orbit had 9 shots, and they still weren't able to at least get one more to tie it. That speaks to the defense that we were seeing out of Blazing there with 3 saves, as well as Gilly and Aeon getting 1 apiece. But the Blazing defense, the demos, the bumps, those were important there.
Yeah, they're solid. And the shots that Hellcats had were cleaner. I mean, they were nice passes off the back wall. There were shots where it popped out to the midfield, and somebody's there as second man ready to put it on net. And there's a defender awkward. I mean, 1 man back for Orbit was the story of game 1, and they cannot do that if they're going to be able to win game number 2, or potentially win a few games to get themselves some momentum in the series. As multiple players are leaving and joining, maybe some server error.
I think Gilly was having some internet issues there, so we'll have to start this one over. So I'm not sure what's going on with Gilly. We'll get that straightened out here in a couple of minutes. But
could be some ping issues. I mean, I know the Rocket League servers are struggling these days, so who knows? That's where my brain immediately goes when I think of a player DCing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I noticed his ping was in like the 400, 600s with the red. So
Yeah.
something was going on there, but um, I don't. I guess we count that as a Hellcats reset. I don't know, but at any rate, Orbit they got to figure out something here going into game two because they're already down. You're the number two seed. You don't want to go down early. We did see it happen with Frost last series, right? We did see that, but Frost came back with it. And, as it is with playoffs, each team gets a tactical timeout. So, they could do what Frost did if it comes to it, or if they want to take it earlier. Um, they could take a tactical timeout, or later even. They could take the tactical timeout and get themselves into a better groove, into a better mental, and get back into this. But here we go. We're starting now, Breaking Coin, with the offense on the Hellcat side.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, Hellcats are just back where they left off, pushing it towards Orbit. I mean, pushing the pace, really. And I think that's going to be the key to victory for Hellcats. I mean, if they can just shut down the offensive Orbit, then they should have a smooth victory. But talk on what you said earlier. I mean, you do not want to go early, go down early in this series. I mean, a little bit of a mix-up there, maybe a little bit of a double commit by Hellcats, but it's not really going to matter as nobody's capitalizing on the Orbit side. But to talk about what you were saying, you do not want to go down early. I mean, at the novice, at the prospect levels, I mean, you can get away with going down a couple games, but we're at the challenger level. I mean, once you get in that GC1 range, I mean, the margin of errors become more thin in what you can get away with, and the opportunities become less and less as you get higher into the ranks. So, I mean, you do not want to go down early in this game, especially with the momentum that Hellcats has right now. And I feel like this is going to be a big win for Orbits right now, as even on defense, I've said before, Hellcats just seem like they're comfortable.
Yeah, they really are, and they just seem to be comfortable all around the pitch, as you alluded to there. And Orbit, they need to figure out something here. I'm not sure what it is they have to do. Maybe they need to get a little more aggressive or just be faster to the ball here. I am noticing that they're hesitating, as we saw on that one offensive push by the Hellcats a minute ago. But they need to push up, and they need to get more aggressive.
Yeah, absolutely. They have to contend the midfield right now. I mean, Hellcats are just able to do way too much on their own end and in the midfield. I mean, we need to see some offensive pressure out of Orbits. Otherwise, Hellcats are just going to steal the series. They're just going to run away with it, as Career is going to hit this one downfield. Blazing going to try to follow this one, but abandons it. He sees Marco there. That's a shot on net, but it isn't good. Blazing's there for the finish, though, as once again, one last back for Orbit.
Oh man, just barely missed that ball, and I don't know who that was. I didn't see it. It went so fast. But Career, unable to get back in time, unable to save it and knock it out, and Hellcats are now up 1-0 with about half of the game remaining.
Yeah, I believe that was Marco who could not connect. Once again, he can't connect again, and it's going to go in. Marco has got to lock in if Orbit is going to win a game here. I mean, they cannot have two whiffs coming out of Marco. I mean, I know the last one he didn't have as much boost, but I mean, he's got to step it up for his team.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you talk about this being Challenger League and margin of error being, that much more slimmer. That's the prime example right there. If you miss, you're going to get taken advantage of, and that's what exactly happened for the second time with Marco.
Yeah, absolutely. As Marco is more than capable of getting it done on both ends, but he's going to have to lock in, formulate, get some plans going on, conserve that boost, and spread the offense out. I mean, right there, Marco just a little bit too close to the right, and then he runs into Blazing. I mean, if he was just centered a little bit to the opposite side of the field, there could be some cross-field passing going on to where they could maybe slot some shots in. I mean, the defense coming out of Hellcats hasn't been too crazy, so I'm sure that they can get some goals here, as they did in game one, but right now it's been an absolute shutout, as Orbit doesn't have one shot on net.
Exactly. I was just about to point that out myself. You know, the offense just isn't there, and you know they get somewhere close to the goal, but they just can't get anything onto the goal. And so Orbit really needs to step it up here, and at least do something to answer to, if anything, take them into the next game in the series. And if you're Orbit, if I'm them, Breaking Coin, I'm taking a tactical timeout after this one.
Absolutely. I'm taking a second to get a breather and talk about what we need to do as a team, because right now they are just banging the ball to Hellcats, and then Hellcats are controlling the ball, coming upfield with a teammate, and then creating some sort of passing play to score. Right now, Orbit is just banging the ball towards the Hellcats. That's a good passing play. That's an opportunity. But once again, there's 2 defenders back. They have to clear some of those players out in the midfield or out in the net. And ways they can do that is they can start to boost starve. I mean, that would help them with the limited boost that they've been on throughout this game. But once again, Creer is upfield with nobody to support him, and their second man has no boost in Marco. And Marco is right now following the ball with no boost because he can't conserve right now. And that's what they have to do. They conserve their boost, take a second. You know, they're also jumping for a lot of plays too. I mean, just take a second.
That too often. And as we end up game 2 here, you know, Hellcats winning 2-0, and you know, Breaking Coin, Aeon getting on top here. 11 total shots for the Hellcats. Orbit 3. That tells the tale of the story here.
Yeah, I mean, it is rough as we do not. Okay, see, Creer goes to the timeout. That was a smart play by Creer, and I was hoping that we'd see a little bit more competitiveness coming out of Orbit, and I think we will in game number 3. I mean, I would be surprised if Orbit comes back and plays like that, because they cannot play like that if they're going to want to win some games. And they're going to have to at least, I think, in my opinion, I think next game is a must win for Orbit. They cannot be going down 3-0. That means they got to win 4 games in a row in the Challenger Series. I mean, that is unheard of. I mean,
yeah,
maybe they can do it.
Yeah, maybe, and that is a tough feat. That is definitely a tough feat. And you know, you want to see. I can't even point any individual out on Orbit. You know, as far as to improve gameplay here. I think Orbit as a whole, it just seems like their chemistry, their mental just isn't there right now, and it's showing because they're hesitant. They're not doing anything much on offense. I don't see many things in the way of demos or bumps. And they're just getting beat to every ball. They need, you mentioned it, they need to start controlling that midfield. Otherwise, this is going to be a long series for Orbit.
Yeah, or a short series, because they're gonna lose the next 2 games. I mean, they have to change it up. I mean, it looked like a solo queue game. I mean, a GC1 range solo queue game. They got to communicate. They got to work together as a team. I mean, they're not the number 2 seed for a reason. I mean, they're the number 2 seed. They've beat this team every single time in the regular season they've played against them. So they know how to do it. They just have to get it done.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I could be mistaken, but Gilly may not have been a part of the roster at least one of the times that, you know, they played him. So that could be a difference there, is Gilly could be the reason, or at least a part of the reason why the Hellcats have been on such a good roll lately. But, you know, we'll have to see what they do here in Game 3. Orbit, I agree with you. This is a must-win situation for Orbit.
Absolutely, Mallow. As we're off to the kickoff, hardpoint going to start off strong, and it seems like Orbit is starting strong early. Marco shot on net. Multiple defenders there as they're going to take this one downfield. I like how Orbit is playing so far. I mean, there's no one-man back right now. That's an open net. Blazing off his own back wall. That's popped up. Can second man make it happen? Gilly just there sooner, there faster. Can he get the second touch? He does. Aeon is up. Can he get the double? He can't. Career touchdown to Blazing. Blazing just a little bit too close. Then the
bump. Oh my. What a bump. Holy cow. Fantastic bump there by Aeon. Just yeeting Marco out of the play. Holy cow. You know, that
Wow.
starts with Gilly's second touch there started everything with that, but that entire setup there, great job by the Hellcats, and Aeon's bump, chef's kiss.
Yeah, absolutely. As that was really a three-man passing play. I mean, you had Jilly setting up the first pass, and then you had Aeon setting up the next pass on the back wall, and then going for the bump for Blazing to be able to pop it over the last defender. And that's what I would like to see out of Orbit. I mean, these passing plays coming out of Hellcats are championship level passing plays. I mean, this very well could be our champions just based on how they're playing. I mean, I know that Orbit has not been putting up much pressure on the other end, but maybe that's because of what Hellcats is doing right now. I mean, maybe it's just because Hellcats is just locking up Orbit.
Yeah, it could be. And we look at what Orbit is doing right now. Orbit is still keeping it close. Oh, nice little pop-up pass there. Marco able to do something with it. Marco scoring here, 1-1, 330. Nice little touch there by Career.
Good passing play by Career, and Marco's able to put it in. I mean, that's what I would like to see. Some passing plays off that back wall. Something to make it unpredictable for the defenders to read. And that's what's going to help them get some shots and some solid goals into that Hellcats net. As every team is capable of making those mistakes. But they were not able to find as many as the Hellcats. As Jilly once again just putting the pressure on the other end of the field. Blazing's going to be up for this one. He's going to control it. Can he get a second touch? He can. That's waterfall down. No second man there. Good 50 by Aeon. Blazing, good demo. He's going to take this one off the sidewall. He's going to go for the 50. No, he gets it past one. Jilly is there for the shot. Blazing last back. That is a dangerous touch. This could be deadly. Marco can't get the shot where he wants it to be. And what a save by Blazing.
Oh, man. Sorry.
No,
I saw a second and third man there all tied up, and I think that's what caused that reversal there into the Hellcats offensive. Hardpoint and Creer were tied up, and that gave them some space. Blazing, Aeon able to score there, 2:37 remaining.
Absolutely, as both Orbit defenders push up too soon, thinking that ball is going to pop out to the midfield, allowing them to transition to offense. I mean, that was another thing I was looking at when you were talking, and I was taking a second to analyze what was happening. I mean, I think it might be a situation of Orbit just trying to play a little bit too fast. I mean, transitioning too soon onto offense, as nobody's back once again for Orbit, and that ball is definitely not out of their half, not in a safe spot. As limited boost all around for Orbit. Blaze is gonna hit this one off the back wall. Good bang by Hardpoint. That could be a shot. Marco just can't connect. Marco has got to step up for his team in the moment. This is the time to get it done. We're in the playoffs now. It's not the regular season. You got to play your best Rocket League if you're gonna want to win. And when I look at players, I think Marco is one of those players. If he could step up, his team could benefit dramatically from it, because that could just be on net. And that Blazing, good clear. Career just pushing it back down. Jilly down to Blazing, good little transition. Blazing shot on net. Hardpoint there for the clear. Marco can't get the clear. Once again, another save by Hardpoint. Jilly can't get it on target. And no redirect. Career, it's gonna get dunked on. That ball is still on the Orbit end. Can they do something with it? 1 minute remaining. Pass out to the midfield. That's a shot on net. Multiple defenders back. Not too dangerous. That one could be if there's somebody up. Marco is up. That's down. What a save by Jilly.
Oh, man. Yeah, Gilly there able to get that save. And, oh, man. Orbit's putting a little bit of pressure, but and they're starting to look a little more like the 2 seed that you would think that they would be, but you know, it's been kind of questionable so far. And Career there with a nice pass, just too quick, and you know, the second man there, if you will, was not ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, when I look at this team, it seems like Career is the only one who can hold on boost for a little bit of time. And that might be part of some of the problems coming out of Orbit. It might just be a situation of limited boost and not conserving it. And Jilly just gonna get it over multiple defenders, pushing the pace at Orbit and getting it done.
Aeon there with a nice 50, being the bigger man there, able to get that ball forward towards the Orbit net. Gilly able to finish it off, and 3-1, 17 seconds left. I think that might have been the dagger.
I believe that was the dagger as Gilly once again taking it home from his team. I mean, this man is pushing the pace for Hellcats right now. And if I got to pick an MVP of this series, it's probably going to be Gilly. I mean, he is just putting in work for the Hellcats. They're up 3-0. I'm getting out the broom, Mallow. I think it's time. I think it's done for Orbit.
Well, it is game 3. Orbit did use their timeout, so obviously Hellcats here. They're not gonna time out here. They got the momentum. They only need one more to finish it. They want to get this done and be over with, right? So, Orbit, you want the broom, but you want the reverse sweep broom, right?
Yep.
So, but Hellcats, you want to finish this up now. Orbit, I definitely agree. Gilly has been the big backbone to the Hellcats, but really all of them have stepped up here. We're looking at 9 shots to 7 shots for Orbit. They're all pretty close, shot-wise and stuff. It's just Orbit isn't able to do anything to create the opportunities on offense to get them in the position to score, and that's their biggest downfall right now.
Yeah, well, somebody said it very well in chat. I mean, Orbit's got to take some better 50s. It just seems like Orbit is just transitioning too quickly onto offense, and they're playing past themselves. They're not realizing that, Gilly's there for the 50. Aeon's there to take it. I mean, there's always somebody coming from the Hellcats to contest, and Orbit is transitioning too fast on offense, too fast or too slow on offense, where they just have to go for some 50s, and just like that, nobody's back for Orbit.
Oh man, I don't even know where the third was there. Hardpoint was already in the corner. Creer was on the wall from the beginning, and Marco was on the wall trying to do 50 it. I don't know if Hardpoint was solely the person there, but unfortunately, caught him out of position, and Hellcats took advantage of it like they've always been doing this entire series.
Yeah, absolutely. As you have one player downfield, and then one player front post, another player on the back wall when you haven't even gotten the ball out of your end yet. I mean, nobody on your team has touched the ball towards the other side. I mean, this is what I was talking about, is playing too fast for your own good. I mean, they're transitioning to offense too soon. They're trying to rush something that's going to take time. It's not going to be easy to get a goal against Hellcats, but they have to put up some quality shots if they're going to make something fall. I mean, we saw some passing plays fall for Orbit. It's possible. They just have to play better Rocket League, plain and simple.
Yeah, they do, and right now they're keeping the pressure on the Orbit team. Is that in? That is in.
It is in.
Ooh, I wasn't sure from that angle, but Creer able to sneak that one in. That was a slow roller.
Barely, and it could have been a cleaner shot if it wasn't for the double commit. I mean, throw some comms in there. Hey, I got it. Hey, put it up to the midfield. I'll be ready for you. I mean, something like this might help out their team. I mean, I don't know if that's what's happening and they're just ignoring each other, but I mean, that could have been an easy save for the Hellcats if they were ready, and I don't know if they're going to have too many opportunities like that where they're just going to be able to let the ball roll in to the Hellcats net. As that's a good little passing play off the back wall. Can somebody... No, good demo by Blazing GG. Aeon, good. It's over 1. Hardpoint, he's got time back. Good 50. Those are the ones that they're going to have to take. Out to the midfield. Can Creer follow it up? He can. He controls it. Gets a nice flick. Gets the boost. Cannot get a 50, though. As once again, Orbit's back on defense. Hardpoint is up just a little bit too early. Can't connect. Good touch by Creer. Marco is going to try to control this one. Follow it up. Marco over 1.
Uh-oh.
That's an open net. Can he get the pass? Can't. Defenders are back for Hellcats. Hardpoint Gets a redirect towards the midfield. Blazing is there. And gets bumped by Career. Marco, can he get the double for the pass? He can, but
Ooh.
nobody's there for the shot. He's a little bit wide. Aeon clearing that one out to Gilly. Gilly! Almost a fantastic transition play. Was almost going to give me even more reason to praise Gilly right now. Is a good pass from Hardpoint. As right now both teams are back and forth, but is it too little too late? That ball is just sitting there. Career is going to get it past Aeon. Marco is going to get it past another defender, but Gilly once again is taking it downfield. And multiple defenders back for Hellcats. Can't get it in. As they are awkward on defense. Gilly's got no boost. He's going to take his time. Hit it to Blazing. Good transition offense there. Hardpoint kind of in a weird spot right now. Taking a little bit too long on defense there, but is able to push it down the field in the form of Marco. But nobody did follow it. I mean, that's what I'd like to see. I mean, first man, take it downfield, get a 50, and then second man, follow up the 50. I mean, follow up the 50 or be ready for the pass, and it just doesn't seem like they're doing that very well. I mean, that was a good transition there, but now there's nobody left. Hardpoint all alone. Gets a nice clear. As the defense is cleaning up a little bit, but Marco pushing upfield just a little bit too soon. Is awkward on defense, but is able to get the save. Aeon just gonna put it back down. Can get the second touch. Blazing get it bumped. Gilly last back. Able to get a good 50. That could be a clean shot on net. Blazing's there though for the save. Right now, a lot of back and forth by both teams. Could this go OT, Mallow?
I could definitely see this going OT. I saw a nice demo there on the Aeon, but you know that wasn't the one that saved it there. But that's exactly what Orbit has been doing to keep this pressure, is bumps and demos and making some pretty good passing plays. There definitely could be some better ones, but they're definitely picking up on the passes, and I think we're finally starting to see the Orbit team come to life. I don't know quite yet. Breaking.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either. As a last-minute save coming out of Career, I think they're just competitive at this point. I mean, I don't know if there's life yet, but they're competitive. Before, they weren't competitive, and this could be dangerous. Over one, Gilly has got time with the ball. Could he get the demo? That one's popped up. Can Orbit have something go, and he's just gonna ground it. Good ground by Blazing, taking this one to OT. Could this be it? That one out to the midfield.
Oh,
Gilly
no.
shot on that, and it's over. Bring out the brooms. It's a sweep, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my, that's not how you want to end that. That is so unfortunate, but you know, that is part of Rocket League. Kickoff goals. Yikes. Unfortunately, the Hellcats, unfortunately, Orbit, Hellcats popped up on my screen. Unfortunately, Orbit does not win here. You know, they would have loved to. I say that in that way. I'm not saying because I wanted to see Orbit win, but although I wanted my prediction to be right. But anyway, congrats to the Hellcats. They did a fantastic job. They were looking more like the number 2 seed here, breaking coin. But you know what I will say is that DJD, I know he's not going to be happy being the GM for that org. But what I can also say is Orbit. You know, better luck next season. Where you know we can look here at the playoff bracket. I know I'm a little slow on that because the delay with the stream and whatnot. But anyway, you know, Orbit getting upset by the Hellcats. They're going to be facing either Samurai or Venom next week. That's going to be an exciting series. Breaking Coin, what's your thoughts on that series?
I mean, convincingly coming out of the Hellcats. I mean, Orbit gave them the opening to beat the number 2 seed, and they just took it. And not only did they take it, I mean, it wasn't a legit shutout, but it felt like a shutout. I mean, it felt like a 0-goal shutout. I mean, even when Orbit was scoring, it was like they had a nice little roller, and they had one nice passing play that popped up. There was a nice pop out from the back wall, and I believe it was Career that was able to put it in. But actually, it was Marco that put it in. But It just goes to show you that there are levels in this game, and if you can't play up to that level, you're gonna get stomped. You're gonna get ran through, and Hellcats ran through this Orbits team, and that's the tale of the story for this one. And I'm curious to see what's coming up next, Mallow.
Yeah, coming up next, we're going up to the rival league. So, rival league, we got the Knights versus the Mafiosos. The Knights being the number 3 seed, the Mafiosos being the number
Okay.
6 seed. Our final match of the night. It's going to be an exciting one. Breaking coin, man. I can't wait to see that one.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we're up to this. We're in the GC2 range, GC3 range, kinda. And whenever you get up there, you get some pretty entertaining Rocket League. And I'm just curious to see what team takes it. I mean, I've not kept up with either of these teams so far, so if they're willing to put their name on the map so that Breaking talk a little bit about them in the future, I'd be looking forward to that one, as I'm always looking to shout out some players coming out of these high level teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that sweep, that did give us a little extra break here because our next game doesn't start until 10 o'clock, which is 15 minutes from now. But, we will talk what they did during the regular season. The Mafiosos did beat the Knights in 5 games during the regular season. So, the Mafiosos, do they have the Knights number? I don't know. We'll see. But I think it's going to be another great match. To end out the night. Like I said, I thought this match was going to be a lot better than it was. Sometimes that's just how it is. Sometimes you got a team that just it's not their night, right? You hate to have it during the playoffs, but that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Breaking.
Yeah, sometimes it's how it goes, and I was gonna say it could be a little bit more of a competitive game for this series, but I don't know. I mean, I was just shocked there with a sweep in the first round of the playoffs from the number 7 seed. So Mafioso might be able to get it done. I mean, could it be a sweep? Probably not, but it's anything's possible at Nemesis, and it just I'm curious to see what happens tonight.
Yep, yep. And while the series did start off kind of rocky for the Orbit, we do got to give them credit. They did pick it up. They did start out kind of slow. Maybe a little too fast for their britches, as you kind of put it. But they leveled it out. They were able to bring it back in. Unfortunately, when it comes to playoffs, it's a one and done type thing. So you may not get enough. You don't get enough time to try and bring that back in. So I think that was the case there with Orbit. They were almost there back into it, but Gillian and company, they were just too much. So, you know, uh, what I would like to see for this next match, because I don't know who's in it, but the mafiosos, I can't wait to see. Breaking Coin, why don't you go ahead and wrap us up here?
Yeah, absolutely. And we will be right back with the Knights versus the Mafiosos in, I believe, about 10 minutes. So we will see you then.